News has just broken that Patrick Kielty, beloved broadcaster, comedian, and host of The Late Late Show, is in critical condition. The man whose wit, charm, and warmth have brought comfort and laughter to so many is now facing the battle of his life. And at the center of this private storm stands one woman, Deeley, his wife, his partner, and now his fiercest protector. Her heartbreaking vigil beside Patrick's hospital bed has moved everyone who's witnessed it. This is not just a story about illness, it's a story about love in its rawest form, about how Kat's quiet strength has become the heartbeat of Patrick's fight for survival. Patrick Kielty has always had a rare gift. With a raised eyebrow or a well-timed joke, he could disarm even the tensest rooms. From comedy stages in Belfast to live broadcasts on national television, Patrick's presence always meant one thing: authenticity. There was no pretense, no showbiz veneer, just a kind man who made you feel seen. When he took over The Late Late Show, critics wondered if he could carry the legacy. But viewers quickly saw that Patrick didn't just host the show, he anchored it. With poise, humor, and an emotional intelligence that set him apart. But behind the cameras, few knew the quiet toll of that work. The late nights, the emotional weight, the pressure to be strong, funny, and flawless, even when life wasn't. Now, that mask has fallen, and Patrick's battle is no longer metaphorical. It's deeply, frighteningly real. To the public, Deeley is a fashion icon, a former So You Think You Can Dance host, and a glamorous television personality. But to Patrick, she has always been something far more profound. His best friend, his constant, the woman who, even in the chaotic world of television, remained his peace. Now, as Patrick lies in a private intensive care unit in London, Kat has not left his side, not for a single hour. Sources close to the family reveal that she has effectively moved into the hospital. She's cleared her entire schedule, canceled public appearances, put her career on hold without hesitation. One nurse described her presence as angelic but unrelenting. Another said, "You can see the grief in her eyes, but she won't let it break her, not while he's still fighting." Kat has reportedly refused rest, sleep, or even basic comfort. She stays by Patrick's bedside, whispering to him, reading his favorite books aloud, and playing soft recordings of their boys' voices. One witness shared, "She talks to him like he can hear every word. And maybe he can. Maybe that's what's keeping him here." In recent months, Patrick's closest friends had started to worry. He seemed thinner, tired, but he brushed off their concerns with the same dry humor he was famous for. "I'm grand," he would say with a wink. "Just don't tell Kat. She'll have me on spinach and yoga by marnin'." But behind the jokes, there were signs. Insiders now say that Patrick had been battling silent symptoms for weeks: fatigue, dizziness, recurring headaches. But he kept working, kept smiling, kept showing up. Until last Thursday night. That's when Patrick collapsed at home, just hours after recording a segment for The Late Late Show. Emergency services were called immediately. Within minutes, he was rushed to a top-tier London hospital under heavy security and medical care. Doctors were quick to act. Tests, scans, monitors. And then came the diagnosis. While the family has not confirmed the exact nature of Patrick's condition, multiple sources say it is life-threatening, aggressive, and unpredictable. His condition worsened overnight, prompting an emergency transfer to the hospital's intensive care wing. And that's where Kat's vigil began. If you want to know what real love looks like, look at Deeley right now. She's not in makeup, not in a designer gown. She's wearing hospital-issue slippers with a cardigan wrapped tightly around her and an old photograph of her and Patrick clutched in her hand. "Her love isn't performative," a nurse whispered. "It's sacred, quiet, unshakable." She holds his hand for hours, kisses his forehead, replays their wedding song on a loop through the hospital speaker. One doctor said, "It's not medicine, but it helps." Staff say she's barely eaten, only takes tea when offered, and when the medical team changes shifts, she greets them all by name. She's running on fumes and hope, one doctor shared, but she won't leave him. She just won't. The Kielty Deeley family has always kept their private life, well, private. Though they've shared joyful moments on social media, birthdays, silly dancing videos, seaside holidays, they've never invited the press into their inner world. And now, in the wake of crisis, they remained silent. No official statement has been released. Friends say that Kat has asked for prayers, not pity. That Patrick wouldn't want the spotlight, only the chance to recover in peace. But the vacuum has sparked endless speculation. Online, rumors swirl about the diagnosis, the outlook, the timeline. Yet in the middle of all that noise, there's only one truth that matters. Patrick is fighting, and Kat is right there fighting beside him. Across Ireland and the UK, tributes are pouring in. Fans, co-stars, politicians, comedians, musicians, people who laughed with Patrick and people who cried with him, too. Hashtag Pray for Patrick is now trending across social media. Churches in Belfast are lighting candles. Fans in Dublin and Manchester have started candlelight vigils. Handwritten notes have been placed outside RTE headquarters, many simply saying, "You gave us laughter, now we give you hope." His comedy colleagues have been especially vocal. Graham Norton tweeted, "Patrick Kielty is one of the good ones, the real ones. Sending love to Kat and the boys. Stay strong, mate." Kat, though quiet in her grief, is reportedly aware of the wave of love surrounding them. She's deeply moved, a close friend revealed. It's giving her strength she didn't know she had. Those closest to the family say Kat believes, truly believes, Patrick can hear her, that he's listening, that he knows she's there. She speaks to him constantly, recounting stories from their first dates in Los Angeles. She reminds him of the day their eldest was born, of the time he accidentally ordered 50 kilos of gravel instead of 5 for the garden path. She's building a bridge back to him, with memory, with love, one source said. Their 2 sons, who are being cared for by family members, have recorded messages for Patrick. Soft whispers of, "I love you, Daddy," and "Come home soon." Those recordings now play quietly in the hospital room at night. The medical team remains cautiously optimistic. They've described Patrick's condition as serious but stable. He's being closely monitored, receiving advanced treatment. Every effort is being made. One specialist said, "His body is fighting, and we believe his spirit is too." Kat has made one promise to herself, and to him. If Patrick wakes, he will know that he was never alone, not for a single second. He won't wake up to silence, she reportedly said. He'll wake up to love. And if he doesn't, she'll still be there, holding his hand, loving him through the darkness. It was a story of quiet understanding, of 2 people who had seen the world, succeeded in their own right, and then found home in each other. Patrick has often said that marrying Kat was the greatest moment of his life. And Kat once told a friend, "Patrick makes me feel like I can be completely myself and still be adored." Now that love is facing its greatest test. But what we've seen in these last few days has shown the world something truly sacred. That even in silence, love speaks volumes. That even in fear, love stands tall. And that even when all seems lost, love remains. So here we are, a nation in mourning, a family in crisis, a wife in love. We don't yet know what lies ahead, whether this is the beginning of a long recovery or the hardest goodbye. But if there is one thing we can hold on to, it's this. Patrick Kielty is loved by his fans, by his friends, by his family, and most deeply by the woman who now refuses to leave his side. Kat's strength has become a symbol of resilience, of loyalty, of the kind of love that doesn't flinch when things get hard, but leans in, no matter how dark the night. If you care about Patrick Kielty, if you believe in love that endures even the hardest trials, please subscribe to our channel. We will continue to share only the most heartfelt, respectful, and hopeful updates as this story unfolds. Light a candle, say a prayer, and hold your loved ones close. Because somewhere in a quiet room, a woman is whispering, "Come back to me," and the world is whispering with her.